breaking news: Billy Donovan stepping down as the Bulls head coach. So the search continues not just for the front office, but also for the head coach. What does it mean? We'll talk about it.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
What is going on, Bulls Nation? So Billy Donovan today stepped down as the Bulls head coach. There was a lot of rumors surrounding, the impending decision of Billy Donovan. Are the Bulls going to give him the front office role? Are we going to get a new coach? Is he going to get along with the new front office? Finally, that has all been answered today when he stepped down as the coach of the Chicago Bulls. I'm assuming his son, maybe he'll continue to become the coach of the Windy City Bulls. Who knows, right? But that's apart from what we're doing with the Bulls. One, I would say, reaction that I can give to this is I'm relieved. I am very relieved and I want to thank Billy Donovan from stepping down himself. Because I honestly think that Michael Reinsdorf does not have the balls to fire Billy Donovan or talk him out of it. And I'm assuming the Bulls are not going to pay Billy Donovan to not coach the Chicago Bulls because they showed that they want him. Not sure why, but they showed time and time again that they even said on the press conference that it would be a deal breaker if the new front office doesn't value or view Billy Donovan as part of this team moving forward. Kudos to Billy for not taking the guaranteed money, stepping away. I don't know if he has a job waiting for him in another team. I'm assuming he wants to still coach in the NBA. There are several teams that is looking for a coach, and honestly, I think Billy Donovan is a pretty decent coach. I don't think he's the best coach out there. If you're a contending team, I don't know how much I would trust him. With that kind of roster, it's not like just the Bulls just has a bad roster. Keep in mind he coached Oklahoma City when they're pretty packed, and then obviously all those guys went away. He was left with Russ. He made it work. He made it work with Chris Paul. With the Chicago Bulls, we got this small run for half a season. So he's a decent coach. He's not a terrible one, but I don't know if he's the guy that, you just give the reins over and be like, all right, you are going to win. Because I don't know for a fact that if that is really going to happen. Now, good luck to him in his future endeavors, outside of the Bulls. But this is good for the Chicago Bulls. Not just at the present, but moving forward. We already know his body of work. I want somebody fresh. I want a fresh start. I want to, turn this page. I want a new voice for both the front office and also with the players. And I'm ready to move forward with that. Now, I'm not saying that the new coach would magically just turn this team into a contender. I'm not expecting that whatsoever. But this job and this roster might not be as bad as everyone thinks. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be a playoff team, but there is certainly optimism moving forward with this team. Having all your draft picks, having 2 picks this year, having a ton of cap space, not having a shortage of young players. We can all say what we want about AK, and yes, they didn't do a great job, but at least I would say they didn't leave a complete mess on their way out. Honestly, I don't think they thought they were going to go out because they did clean house. They put us in a better position. They didn't acquire any long-standing contract, although they were trying to make that trade for Tyler Hero. Had they made that, my God, I wouldn't forgive them ever. Not that I would forgive them anyway, but it's if I was a coach, whether it's not as bad as some other teams are. Let's just put it that way. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Not a bright light like OKC was, but back then we didn't know that Shea is going to be an MVP. That wasn't a given back then. So you never know what's going to happen with this Bulls team. We all know that Josh Giddey is not a scrub. Matas Buzelis is pretty decent. He's a pretty good player. He might have an opportunity to become better than what he is now. We have 2 picks in the lottery, or 1 in the lottery and 1 in the first, another one outside of the lottery, just still in the first round. So there's tons of opportunity for growth, and I hope the next coach would really just hone this new young players that we do have. Hopefully this new coach would give them the leeway to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes and not pull them out, because and I felt like that's what Billy was doing. Like, that's gonna mess up his record. Your record is already messed up for being here for the past 6 years. It wasn't great. I think he's under 500 coaching the Bulls, and I blame him. I don't blame him for everything, but honestly, I blame him for a lot of things as well. He's the one who making the defensive scheme of switching everything. He's the one who insists of playing small ball. I don't think that's AK. Even when we had bigs, he purposely sat down the bigs. Remember Andre Drummond? But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with his decision. I'm glad Billy did the noble thing and just stepped away instead of taking the guaranteed money. Kudos to him for that. Being the class act that he is, he might have just looked at the Bulls and was like, I don't want to be a part of this rebuilding. And thank God. He doesn't deserve it, and the Bulls players doesn't deserve it as well. He made Lauri Markkanen a stand-up shooter. It was too late to realize what Kobe was. He insisted on playing DeMar over and over again. Those kind of things. I don't know. I'm not behind, so I'm happy with this turnaround. Look at Wendell Carter now. I mean, I'm not saying he's the best player out there, but Wendell Carter, Daniel Gafford, all gone. They were bench players when they were here in Chicago. Remember, Daniel Gafford was coming off the bench, just playing minimal minutes, and Vooch being inserted. That's all on him, man. It's all on him. Ayo not being a starter. P. Will not being used in the first, I would say, year. He was playing Javonte Green. So now AK got this impression that, P was an untapped potential. So all those things is on Billy. But, I'm happy we can move forward now. We can turn this page, and hopefully we can get a coach that is, depending on what the Bulls want. And I feel like we shouldn't tank all the way down because I don't think we're that bad. Maybe it's just me, being the homer in me. But once you sign a couple of free agents, get your draft pick, I don't think we can bottom out like all the way down. That's just how I feel. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.